All right, welcome to this website. You're probably here because you're behind on your mortgage, or probably you know someone else who is behind on their mortgage. Well, you have come to the right place. How would you like to keep your home and lower your mortgage payments? Is that possible? Well, if you're in foreclosure, three bad things can happen to you, right? You can lose your home, your credit goes down the tubes. In fact, a foreclosure lowers your credit score by 200 points, whereas bankruptcy only lowers it by 100 points. However, bankruptcy doesn't stop a foreclosure, it just delays it by 6 months. Okay? And then lastly, the bank will file a judgment against you, which is called a deficiency judgment. What that means is, for example, if you owe the bank 100,000, and let's say the bank only sells your house for 50,000, then guess what? You still owe the bank the remaining 50,000. Okay? And right now that you're behind on your mortgage, you really have two options. One is we can do a loan modification. That is, we can modify the loan in order for you to be able to afford the payment, or we can do a short sale. Now, let's be realistic here. If you have a $150,000 home and the payments used to be $1,300, right? And all of a sudden now you can only afford $300, chances that that will work for a loan modification is probably low, and your best bet is probably a short sale, okay? But if, let's say, you can pay half, then maybe we can do a loan modification. What's a loan modification? It's basically a third party will negotiate with the bank in your behalf, and the goals are to lower your payments and maybe even lower the principal balance. So for example, you owe the bank $150,000, you're 3 months behind, and your payment right now is $1,200 or is $1,300. Can we lower it to $1,000? Can you afford that? Or maybe even, $900, okay? And then maybe, and there's no guarantee to this, can we lower the principal from 150 to 140 or 130? Okay? Now, watch out. Do not pay a third party upfront. Okay? They have to do something first, before you pay them. Okay? There's a lot of scam going on out there. If they demand you pay up $2,000 upfront, so they will, do a loan modification, don't do that. That's a scam. All right? So, what are the pros and cons of a loan modification? So the pros are you keep your home, possibly lower your payments, your credit is protected, and there is no judgment against you. The cons is a lower payment that you can work with the bank, or this third party can work with the bank, may still be not affordable for you. And then also, there's a good chance that the loan principal may not be lowered. Okay? So in that case, your option can be a short sale. If you cannot afford the lower payment still, maybe you can just do a short sale. And a short sale is when a third party buys your house, okay, and usually the sale price is lower than the loan balance, hence the term short, because it's short of the loan balance. And there's a sale, hence short sale. Okay? Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of a short sale? The advantage is your credit is protected from further decline, okay? Because you won't have a foreclosure on your credit report, and the bank might not file a judgment against you. It depends on what this third party can negotiate with the bank. The con is, or the disadvantage is, you still lose your home, okay, but you move on with your life anyway. You won't suffer the two other negatives of a foreclosure. And the other disadvantage is we can try the short sale, but the bank might not accept the offer price because it could be too low. Okay? So, but those are your two solutions. Now, so as your next steps, so what do? Call us at 546-0904 for a free confidential consultation so we can find out what's the best solution to your problem. All right, so put your email, your phone number, and what do you prefer, a loan mod or a short sale, and then we will get back to you as soon as we can. All right, so put your email, phone number, and what you prefer, and we will call you as soon as we can. Thanks.